Hi K-Vision kids, it's Miss Penny, and I'm at the beautiful Japanese garden and museum to learn about the Japanese culture. Japan is a beautiful country island. It's in Asia. It has mountains, big modern cities, and ancient temples. People in Japan speak Japanese.
Hi, my name is Wendy, and today we're going to learn about origami. Have you guys done origami before? No, okay. So what is origami? Origami means in Japanese folding paper. So we're going to make today a lovely butterfly. Okay, what is origami? It originally came from China, and then it went to Korea, then to Japan. So it became popular in Japan, and it's a very popular pastime for kids and adults in Japan. Are you ready to learn about making origami?
Yes.
Okay.
There are a lot of different things you can make out of origami, but today we're going to make butterflies. First, we picked out the paper. Origami paper comes in beautiful colors and patterns. It's a square shape, so it's the same length on all four sides.
We're going to keep pinching it and while we open it, because we want to create the body. So now it looks kind of like a butterfly airplane.
Then it was time to look for real butterflies in the quiet and quaint Japanese gardens. In Japan, gardens are calm and peaceful places. Little bridges and paths help you explore. People go there to relax and to enjoy nature. Heather, the head gardener, showed us around the beautiful gardens.
So this area is known as our Kodaimon Gate, and this formal gate welcomes us into the gardens. You know what the really neat part about this is? If you stand right here, where you are, and you look through, the doors of the frame of this gate makes it look like you're looking at a piece of artwork in a museum gallery.
Then we went to a very special garden within the garden.
So today I've brought you to the flat garden. And the flat garden is a really interesting garden because it's mostly made of rocks, right? So you see all my rocks? So the really neat part about this type of garden is that we rake patterns in it, right? Like you see, we have lines and we have circles, right? And I have these lovely lines that kind of give the illusion as if the gravel behind me is water, right? Maybe a lake, maybe a stream, maybe a puddle. But we rake lines in it so it seems like there's a current, right, in the ocean. And then the circles around my little island over there as if it's waves crashing up upon the island. So this garden is really interesting because we're not only just using this part of the rocks, right? We're also inviting the rest of the environment behind us into the garden, right? So we're not only just looking at what's here, we're also looking at the museum roof behind me, we're looking at the pine trees, so it makes this area look much bigger than it is, right? So this time in history, a lot of the Japanese properties were getting smaller and smaller because everybody was moving and they were, you know, making smaller and smaller properties. So by doing this type of landscape trick, it made their yards look much bigger. I'd like to invite you guys to come and sit by me. So sit here by me. Yep, you guys can sit there. Yep, just like that. So I'm gonna teach you a little something called mindfulness. And so it's something that I like to do before I rake my rock garden. And what it does is it lowers my stress level and it makes me much more ready to do the task that I have in front of me. Now, this is a fabulous exercise to do. We take a deep breath in and we let a breath out. And we take a deep breath in and we take a breath out. And then we just try and keep our minds quiet. Good job. This is the rake that I use to rake these lovely lines into my rock garden. Ready? I pull back nice and smooth. Whoa. And I follow those 2 lines as best I can.
It looks amazing.
You guys have gotten an opportunity that not many people get to do in Japan. So in Japan, the only ones who get the ability to rake those rock gardens are typically Buddhist monks or those that work in a Shinto shrine. So it's very, very special. Thank you so much for joining me today and helping me rake my rock garden.
Thank you. Thank you. That was great. Next, we learned how to use chopsticks. Chopsticks are Japanese eating utensils. They take some practice to use, so we had a special class.
Today's teacher is Miwako, and teacher in Japanese sensei. So this is Miwako sensei and Penny sensei. So Miss Penny and Miss Miwako is going to teach you how to use these chopsticks.
First, this chopstick, just one chopstick, goes to between fourth finger and the middle finger. You hold it like this. You see? Can you do it?
I don't think so.
You can.
Can you do it? Fourth finger and the middle finger
That's
between.
it. You've got it.
Second chopstick
Like this.
goes to index finger and the middle finger, like this.
And
So the bottom one stays straight, and the second one is the mover.
Doing good. Is that really hard?
Hello.
Is that hard? Can you eat food with this chopstick? No? Let's try something.
let me
If you're going to eat a noodle in Japan,
you use chopsticks.
yes. And then you pick up like this.
Can you show me how to hold it again?
Sure. Pick it up.
And your right
Pick it
hand.
up. Ooh.
Hand, and just put your thumb
Let's
like
do that together.
It actually looks like a noodle.
Yeah,
It's
between
like
this
this.
and this.
It's like this.
We practiced with pretend rubber band noodles. It really took a lot of practice to learn how to use chopsticks. Next, it was time for a sweet Japanese treat. It's a shaved ice dessert that's often topped with sweet syrups and bright colors. Or you can use Japanese paste or green tea powder, and it's sweetened with condensed milk. First, we shaved a block of ice with a special machine.
The top, it has little spikes to hold the ice down and grip
That's why
onto
you
it.
have to push down.
That's why you have to push down. I'm gonna lock it in place.
Great.
Okay, so you wanna top off a little bit more?
Okay.
All right. I'll help. The shaved ice is called kakigori. Can you say that with me?
Kakigori.
Kakigori. And this is azuki. Azuki.
Azuki.
Sweet red beans.
Okay.
So this is green tea, which is matcha.
Matcha.
Matcha. And then this is sweetened condensed milk.
We had a great time today at the Japanese Garden and Museum. We learned so many things. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
We did. How do you say goodbye in Japanese?
It is sayonara.
Oh, let's look and say sayonara.
Sayonara.